What was the CIA doing in Vietnam? Have you ever wondered what the Central Intelligence Agency was up to during the early years of the Vietnam conflict? The early 1960s marked a significant shift for the United States as it began to take a more active role in Vietnam. The CIA was at the forefront of this involvement, engaging in various activities that shaped the course of the conflict. Initially, the CIA focused on gathering intelligence on North Vietnam and supporting the South Vietnamese government. They deployed reconnaissance teams and sabotage units into North Vietnam. However, these missions often faced challenges, making it hard to gather reliable information. The CIA also collaborated with South Vietnamese military forces, but their efforts were sometimes complicated by mistrust and political issues within the South Vietnamese leadership. One of the CIA's notable operations took place in Laos. Here, they conducted a secret war aimed at disrupting communist forces while supporting local allies. This effort was part of a broader strategy to contain communism in Southeast Asia without direct military involvement from the United States. In addition to military operations, the CIA became involved in South Vietnamese politics. A key event was the 1963 coup against President Ngo Dinh Diem. The agency had connections with military leaders who opposed Diem. While the extent of the CIA's direct involvement in the coup is debated, they were certainly aware of the political changes happening in South Vietnam. As the conflict escalated, the CIA's role evolved. They began to focus more on counterinsurgency efforts, aiming to undermine the Viet Cong's influence. One of the most well-known programs was the Phoenix program, launched in 1968. This initiative aimed to identify and eliminate Viet Cong operatives within civilian populations. The program combined intelligence work with paramilitary actions and was marked by controversial tactics, including targeted assassinations. While it disrupted Viet Cong operations, it also faced criticism for civilian casualties. Throughout the 1960s, the CIA's activities in Vietnam reflected the broader U.S. policy to support South Vietnam against communist forces. Their operations were part of the Cold War context, as the United States sought to prevent the spread of communism in Asia. The CIA's involvement in Vietnam is a significant chapter in the story of U.S. engagement during this turbulent decade. From a nostalgic perspective, the CIA's actions in Vietnam symbolize the intense geopolitical struggles of the 1960s. The agency operated in a world of espionage and political intrigue, often working behind the scenes in a conflict that would shape the history of the era. The outcomes of these operations were mixed, and the legacy of the CIA's involvement in Vietnam continues to be a topic of discussion today.